Welcome to Searching for Wisdom Within the Madness. Oh, the madness. My name is Darren Bodecker. Welcome. Hello. How are you? Hi, it's me, Darren. Hey, how are you doing? This is the second show, Searching for Wisdom Within the Madness. And on the first show, it was all right. A couple of technical difficulties. My head was like off to the side and stuff, and the video capture didn't quite get me good. But and his sound was a little bit low. But I was talking with Obadiah Thomas, and what I try and do with these shows, let me just pause this for a second. What I'm trying to do with the show really is make a mental connection with whoever I'm speaking with. So I really try and get in there using my empathy and my imagination. And I just emotionally, I just want to connect as hard as I can. And every single person is that emotional connection is a little bit different. And so it goes into different territories. It could go dark, it could go light, it could go silly, it can go serious, it can go all kinds of directions. So however I'm feeling that wave of energy, either coming from them or whatever my interpretation is, that's how the show's going to go. That's kind of what they're like. It's basically a 90-minute escape from the now. And that's hi, I'm Darren Bodecker. So, anyways, the last week's show, I really had a good connection to talking about bullying. And, man, that was a good anecdote there about the bullying story. But, it was like PTSD I had afterwards. But it was like a good PTSD. I needed to, have my bully story get out. Sometimes it's just, So, anyways, there was that, and it went in a completely different way, and it was awesome what he's doing. So at the end, there was this kind of, like, he is doing well in these days, Mr. Obadiah Thomas. So now, this is the second one. Now, the second one is another guy. He's an actor. His name's Matt Lageman, and I met him in the late 90s, also basically around the Obadiah time. Obadiah met a little earlier. And this guy, Matt Lageman, I met him afterwards. Now, I was doing stand-up and sketch stuff, and a friend of mine that was in my sketch comedy group, Ectomorph, his name is Bart, and he is like this kind of, he just, all kinds of friends, he knows everybody. He just sort of gets out there, he's gregarious, he's quick-witted, and he's just affable and confident, and so a lot of people know him. So anyways, me being, good friends with Bart, he would bring his friends around, and Matt Lageman just happened to be one of these guys that he'd met somewhere. And Matt Lageman came in, and at first, I'll be honest with you, he had a high energy and the self-confidence about him, but he was also had a witty personality and stuff, and I was intimidated by him. I was intimidated. I mean, he was shorter than me, but I was intimidated, even though I was doing good. I was like, house sketch group at the Improv and doing the road on stand-up. So anyways, and he's an actor, so why would I care? But he intimidated me, and then he would come up to me. I didn't trust him. I thought he was, some kind of game with him because he kind of liked me too much. But the more every time I saw him, it seemed that was a genuine emotion, that he was really enjoyed to see me. So then I kind of liked him because I like people who like me. It's weird. So, his name's Matt Lageman. I should put on the music here. So, right. So, there's Matt Lageman. I haven't spoke with him in like 20 years and stuff. So, he's been out in LA, and because of this COVID virus thing, he has to move out of this dream city for an actor somewhere else because of family. So that's why I contacted him, and he said he would do it, and so we're gonna do it, and we'll see where the emotional connection goes. Once again, I'll try and get in tight. Now, a quick aside, if I want you to subscribe, but only subscribe after you've listened to at least 2 of these. If you've seen it and you listen to it and you think, okay, it's worthy, because I don't want you just hearing one little thing and then subscribing. Just do that. So anyways, this is Matt Lageman. This is me and him talking, warts and all. I'm not going to edit too much inside there. So that's fun, right? Second episode. Searching for wisdom within the madness. Right? It's what we do. When you look like me, this is what you know how to do. Well, I don't know how to do it that well, but still, I bought it for $25. This is my music, so. Anyways, welcome to Searching for Wisdom Within Madness. Hopefully we find some wisdom here, but at least we'll definitely find some madness. Crazy, huh? Alright. I might as well end it. I mean, I did pay $25 for this song. Nah, let's cut it off right here and get to the show. Whoa. Oh, there you are. Hello? Can't hear you. Hold on. Why can't I hear him? Let me see. Can you hear me? You hear me in your ear holes. All right. Let me...
What about now?
Ah, yes. Yes, now. Yes, now. All right, now, can you get your camera and tilt it up just a little teeny bit? So I want to get your beautiful head in there and all your hair that I'm envious of. I want to look at something that I can gaze across it like a calm ocean. Okay. So we are now recording. Dude, Matt, hello. Does it look like I'm looking at you in your eyes?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, because I got the camera just below your chin. It's like right there. It's right there. Okay, all right, good. Because I want to give the illusion that I'm looking at the camera. This is actually the second show. So I'm experimenting and
Really?
I'll be editing. Yeah, I did the first one. Do you know Obadiah Thomas? You remember him?
Oh God, the name sounds familiar. It's
Stiltwalker.
Thomas.
Stiltwalker.
Yes. Yes.
Juggler.
Stiltwalker. That's all you needed to say.
I think he breathed fire once or twice, maybe.
Yes.
Because he was at the Improv.
Yeah, and they did Hats on Fire, Shoes on Fire. That show. Do you remember that?
No.
Ever?
I don't remember that one.
Lost out. Dude, that's a sweet tie, I have to say. I'm very jealous of your tie right now.
Oh, thanks, buddy. I brought it. So our connection, we're cutting. I mean, the video's a little in and out, but I think we're a long ways away, and it's stretched really far. And I hear the longer you stretch a wire, it takes longer to get here. So you're like thousands of miles away.
Yeah. But I'll soon be very, very close. Very close. Awesome.
Yeah. Oh, this is.
Yeah.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Maybe. Yeah. Just let it settle. Let's let the internet settle. All right. Well, let me start the show.
Okay.
I'm recording this part, so this is all. Yeah. All right. So yeah, you're looking good.
I was gonna say I can go somewhere where. Where the internet is more powerful in our house, if you want me to.
Can you do that? Is that possible? Just because of Zoom.
Well, it's
in
better
the
than
connection.
Skype.
Yeah, I get. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
You still hear me? Cool.
Yeah. We are moving through Matt Lageman's house. So give us the tour then, I guess.
Yeah, this is, it's all boxes, like everything's off the walls. Everything's cool. Hey, I'm gonna, Oh, okay, sorry.
She's naked.
Do it. So we're gonna do it right here.
Okay.
If that's okay.
Yeah, so where are we now? So describe your surroundings.
So this is the kitchen area.
Ooh.
The internet, you know how it is in our, no? So this is the
Totally lost it there.
which tells us when an earthquake is happening. We hear it clinking and we know that it's actually happening.
All right. So how long have you been in LA right now?
I've been in LA for, as weird as this is going to say 20 years. I've been here for 20 years.
20 years.
Yeah.
And I met you maybe like once in that whole 20 years,
Yeah.
right?
No. We knew each other because I knew you when you were through Bart, and you guys were doing Ectomorph. And I met you a couple times. I saw your show. I saw your stand-up. You spoke to me privately, awesome, when I was going through a crazy breakup.
I did?
You did.
What do you remember from that?
I remember
What'd I
you
say?
saying, you said, like, things are going to get better. I know you're going to go through a lot of angry masturbation sessions. I remember that. And I remember laughing, thinking, okay. Those never occurred, by the way.
Never? No, yeah, right. Nothing but happiness and joy every time you masturbate.
No.
Yeah, you don't want to have an orgasm with a really evil thought. That's sort of a reward for having evil thoughts. So if you ever do that, if you're thinking of murder and you orgasm, you got to tap it back. Take it back. You know, it's never... You got to watch what you're having fun with. Don't accidentally, flip and then there's all of a sudden a deer and then you orgasm. Like, oh no, now I'm stuck with tears. I'm like a baby bird.
Worst.
Now I have to masturbate to this deer because that was so shocking that I was coming to a deer. It was really exciting.
So glad you brought up the deer. I thought I was the only one that experienced that problem.
Well, I didn't want to go controversial and say, a child.
I can't be the only one that masturbates to a picture of Count Chocula. It's got to be other people as well.
Oh man, yeah, if a bad thing's happening and suddenly you masturbate, like that is a terrible reward for a bad thing happening.
Yeah.
Here's a story on that. You remember Tom Brogan?
Yes.
Tom Brogan. So he tells me a story offside. I knew him barely, but Tom Brogan, comedy guy. His brother was a Tonight Show head writer for years with Leno. Anyways, Tom Brogan said he was in Vietnam and he was with the pastor. He was a pastor helper guy in Vietnam.
Yeah.
And so he would get people coming in from the field and he would kind of do they would confess to him also about what was happening, like their confessions. And he said one confession that was happening more than you would think it ever would happen is there would be a soldier out there and a horrible ambush firefight, just like bullets whizzing, bombs blowing up, people dying in front of you, around you, behind you, next to you, all over the place. And they said those people in those moments, of those extreme moments, would come in their pants, like just orgasm right in their pants. It was as if the brain said, I know we're going to die now. I'm just going to give it a shot that there's a vagina here, and hopefully we could pass on these genes and get a baby going. But we're dying, so we're just going to let it go one more time, just in case there's a vagina anywhere. You can blow a load, and it just happens to drop into a vagina. Thank you. That's our last chance. We're diving out. It's like all the sperm got the backpacks like and everything you want to know about sex, but we're afraid to ask, and they all jump out. All together, all at once. So anyways, he said a lot of soldiers were coming with this confession going, literally, I was murdering people and people were dying around me and I had an extreme orgasm and I don't know what to think about that. And now I'm masturbating to horrible scenes of violence. Like, why is this happening? But isn't that wild?
Dude, that's pretty wild. That explains why a lot of people like to watch Apocalypse Now. I don't even know how to answer that question. That's crazy. That's
well, it's just biology, isn't it? You think it might? I'm just giving it a guess, but be kind of what I'm talking about. It's almost like the body is releasing it, going. There's there's something that got to be in an intelligent person brain that, boy, that was mangled. Dry mouth. That tells them, I mean, that's extreme fear is basically just of death. And so then if it goes so deep, your body kind of releases in its last moment of, I don't know, endorphins?
I guess. I mean, if you remember the Pixar movie Inside Out, where there's like disgust, anger, joy, and
orgasm,
worry.
right? Wasn't orgasm
Yeah.
in it? Or are they making the second one? They're going to put orgasm in
They're gonna
there.
put one of like, guys, I'm gonna press the orgasm button. I've been dying to do it.
Right. And they also put the pothead in there. They put the alcoholic up in there. No. And they all get into fights all the time, and all three of them do it.
Yes, the pothead. And every single time, he has two buttons: orgasm button or eat.
And he's taken over like they're going to do an episode where he's a kind of Trump figure, and he takes over all the emotions of this person. He just keeps pressing the button and then beating up all the people around him.
Yeah,
All the other emotions. Stop the stop emotion. He just punches it and knocks it out.
I know we're fighting, guys. I'm gonna suggest something crazy. Just do that orgasm button.
Let's go orgasm. Yeah. Let's get into a horrible fight, and then I'm pressing orgasm so that.
I don't know about all of you, but I feel so much better.
Yeah. Yeah. What a sensation, though, to be in such a harrowing moment of like just unnatural death, like sounds and vision and smells, and like in that moment, and then your body is having an orgasm that you are not working. You're not like you're masturbating there in the field, like, oh yeah. No. I mean, what's everybody masturbating for? Start shooting. I can't come. I don't know what the hell.
So if that happened then it stands to reason that kind of nonsense was going on in the Middle Ages during sword fights and things like that.
Right.
You're like,
so people have been coming in their pants.
Out of your kilt there, McLeod. Yeah.
Fuck. Right.
The Kurgan came at me and I came first.
There's a blew a load in me in my plates.
Probably happened to the point that's why they didn't wear underwear. They just wore kilts and like,
That's rusty.
It happened too much.
The crotch is getting rusty.
It's
just getting into too many battles. Yeah, I guess you're right, man. Even when our hunter-gatherer days, when we were like a saber-toothed tiger was biting into you, you were probably, there it goes. Man.
There's an Indian somewhere that was called comes 5 minutes into it, or
yeah. Oh, right.
History
Yeah.
You can totally see.
Yeah, just the guy who gets scared by somebody going boo, and then he goes, oh. Damn it, you're making me come all the time.
Man.
Yeah.
You didn't do a pre-party before you fight, bro.
Wow. It would be kind of cool, though, if the body did that every time you were dead. Like, you get shot, you come, you have cancer, and real long, and then right before your last breath, it just blow a load. Like, oh, Grandpa blew a load. Looks like he's going now. Just if we would all just blow a load right at the very end, that would negate a lot of things.
Well, only if there was a little noise that came with it.
Right. Yeah, like a very pleasurable. I love you guys.
For whom the bell end tolls.
Yeah.
That would be the name of the book.
Well, too bad. I guess it can't be a perfect world. Yeah, I guess the closest you could get is to go to one of the riot things that are going on.
Yeah, that was shocking. I remember, I live here just off Sunset Boulevard, I wrote that my mentor calls where I live the catch tray of America, and it's a joke, but it's so true. We're just where we are when the first wave of riots happened, end of March. um, the riots happened just outside. I mean, I live above a strip mall,
Yeah.
so you could look out the window, and out the window suddenly became must-see TV,
Wow.
and you're looking at, Crystal Knock. The windows were getting smashed. The liquor store that we live above. By the way, my daughter, my 7-year-old daughter, calls it the licorice store.
Right.
But the licorice store got hit 5 times in a row. By the time, by the,
It's the kids, so the kids want to ride too, But, where the adults are going to Best Buy, they're hitting Macy's, they go to Chanel, the kids like, you know what, I want to go do something, but I also want candy. Get the candy place. So, the place is, getting hit by, 11, 12, 13-year-olds. Let's go. We're hitting the ice cream truck next. We're knocking it over. We're going to the Hershey's factories, boys. Load up the vans. We're going.
they use that voice, too. They all sound exactly with that voice.
Yeah, Daddy, drive us to the Hershey factory. We're going to bring it in. We're bringing buckets of fill up gallon barrels of chocolate.
Yeah, what a disappointment after you watch Willy Wonka that none of those candy stores look.
Yeah, that Willy Wonka totally ruined all candy factories from there on out. Because there's never one that could stand up to the Willy Wonka experience that you wanted to have.
Like here we have C's Candy, right? So and there's an old lady named C's. So in my mind, or in my daughter's mind, it was a bunch of old ladies crocheting chocolate. Just an old lady theme, kind of like an old folks home, but with candy involved. And no, it was just sad Latino workers with hairnets. It was just it was completely not what C's Candy was in her mind.
Oh,
it was really sad.
Oh, well.
Yeah, the liquor store got hit 5 times, and
the liquor store. You're talking about the liquor store, not the licorice store.
The liquor store down below got.
Oh, I thought you said
times.
The licorice store. Never mind that whole thing. Let's strike that. Done the candy place.
My daughter called it the licorice store. She still does.
Oh, okay.
She wondered why Daddy kept going there early on in his career.
No, that was definitely adults hitting that place too.
Yeah.
This thing's gonna go. This depression's gonna last a long time, so we're gonna need cases. So let's go to the depression store and break in and grab liquid depression.
Exactly, and they were stealing lottery tickets.
Oh boy! You never know, man. They might hit the big dude. How are they gonna tell?
I don't know. I saw a guy running out with how they're all connected with those perforated edges.
Yeah.
A
tails.
Tail.
Yeah, he was a crazy winner at Chuck E. Cheese, and he just got tickets and left. One of those kids, those low, not so smart kids that think the ticket is the prize, and they just run out of the store. I got tickets. And they just have piles
and all
in
those
their
tickets,
room.
all they get you is that fucking eraser caddy. Nothing cool. It's either kazoo.
Yeah.
Finger trap,
right?
Eraser caddy, or and if you really did well, slide whistle, or Rubik's cube that lasted 2 seconds. Those were them.
Well, look, buddy, this is a lesson in life. Because in life, you can't just go out and just do a little thing, have a couple tickets, and then suddenly, have a house and a car and a wife and kids and everything. You gotta work for it and get 20,000 tickets so you can get that remote control car. That's the good thing, but it's going to mean hours and days and months of work and saving. And then that's the way life is. So Chuck E. Cheese is teaching us a lesson. If you just try a little bit, you can get some shitty eraser, sure. But if you really try, there's a PlayStation 4 up here.
You found there was better prizes in the drawer at the dentist office. Ever.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know who actually got the PlayStation, or the impossible stuff where you needed a lifetime supply of tickets to get. Who got those gifts?
You know who gets those? The
What?
CEOs of corporations. By hook or by crook, they're getting them.
Dude.
Whether they have to get other people to work for them or whatever, that's how you become a CEO. You pool people, you get them work for you.
Bodecker, there was like near the hood, there was a Chuck E. Cheese, and because I had a daughter, I was like, I'll check this out.
Uh-huh.
And so you at first do Yelp, but I couldn't find any reviews, so I went there, and there's a dude wearing the.
What?
This is fucked up. Just I'm warning you right now.
All right, so warning, un-PC warning, whatever. Okay.
There's a guy wearing the Chuck E. Cheese outfit, but he was sitting next to the head, and he was crying, sitting down on one of the parking like there's cement barriers, and there was like somebody with his arm around him talking to him. And I thought, well, this is not good, man.
Oh no.
No.
There was a bad audience every time. He gets a hecklers and you know, and as a kid, you do want to punch it. I mean, is it so soft? Is it really? It's fake, right? It can take a good punch. Does its legs hurt if I kick it?
I can only imagine this guy doing the Dirk Diggler like pump up like speech that he gives himself before shooting Florence.
All right, I'm going out there.
The Chuck E. Cheese.
It's another day, another dollar. I got a wife, I got kids, I got a mortgage. All right. I've lived my life. I had my fun. This is what I got to do. One day I'll be a manager of this place. I know it. All right, you got to start low. All right, here we go. As I say, they're just kids. Put on the happy voice. I'm happy. Yay. All right, let's go. And then right out the door, he's getting punched in the nuts. He's going through a gauntlet of nut punches. Ow! He's just trying to make it over to the shuffleboard table in the a gauntlet of leg kicks and insults and hard insults. He's called a faggot and everything. He's just like, no!
Exactly. Sing me happy birthday, fucker! Fucker! Hey, fucker! Where's your tail? Pull his tail off! Pull him in the ball pit!
Yeah, it's like a living Twitter comments. It's like
living Twitter comments. That's exactly what it is. Comes home smelling of pizza and feet.
What would be terrible is if it was so bad out there with so many people attacking him that he orgasms in his face. It's like, oh man, I just came in this costume.
Can you explain to me why
It's hell. It's hell out there. I blew
why
a
is there
load.
always this splotch for the nuts?
And I'm not a
man?
pedophile. I don't like kids. Take it to court, buddy. Yeah.
Oh, that Steve Buscemi from Billy Madison. He goes home and puts lipstick, crying,
Yeah.
looking at himself in the mirror.
Oh shit! Yeah, I would not want that case going to court. Yeah, we found a judge. He blew a load in his costume with kids in the room. That's all I have to say. I rest my case, Judge. They weren't mean to me. Let's bring Tom Brogan to the stage and explain this thing, because we need help.
I was trying to hide out in that room where that lion sang Elvis songs. I was just trying to hide there.
Oh my God! So really, when you went there, the guy was crying. The costumed guy, like big.
Yeah,
you
it
could
was
see
a black
the head.
dude, and he was just like crying, like this, like you could barely see his face.
Oh,
and you're
my
like trying
God.
to talk to him, like just one more hour, put the mask on.
Is that what you did? Look at you, motherfucker. That's the first thing he wants to hear from a white guy with privilege.
There's like tickets scattered around the parking lot, like napalm.
Oh, jeez. The
And
horror.
that was me. I was like, yeah, never mind. Is there a Showtime Pizza? Does that place still exist?
Oh, my God,
You know?
dude. Yeah. You're like, honey, we could... Oh, well.
he comes back in and those mechanical flags are waving, only it's truce.
Oh my God. So did you go in?
No, I saw the dude laughing.
You're so
I saw the dude
smart.
crying, and I bust that laugh and went, fuck.
You didn't even go in. You didn't have a little curiosity. Oh, I would have gone in just to see. Like, honey, stay here. I'm going in for a second.
Me to R, and then to D. I called my wife. I'm like, yeah, this is not happening. We're going to the beach.
Yeah. It was not Chuck E. Cheese. It was like, Chucky, please help. Oh my God, dude. There's nothing you could say at that moment. That dude has to cry in a mouse costume. I mean, he should write it down. It should be a chapter of a book, but he's got it.
Like, at that point, our cell phones, like, there wasn't there wasn't cameras or anything. That's something you'd want to take a picture of, right?
Oh boy, yeah, that would be a meme. You catch it right.
Yeah. It was one of those things where I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to. I'm motoring somewhere else as we talk.
No, that's fine. I like it mobile. This is kind of a metaphor for your move. Like we didn't want it. Oh, that place was so good, but we gotta out of necessity go to somewhere else.
Exactly. Don't worry.
This is exciting. I feel like I'm getting exercise.
There we go. How's this?
Yeah.
And
Oh, nice, pretty. Oh, look at that in your hair. Could you muss it a little bit? There you go. And let it go.
there we go.
Oh man. All right, shake it just a little bit. Shake. All right, now bring it up. All right, good. I like it. Thank you. Now we should start the show. All right, let's start the show. Here we go. And that's my music I bought for $25. It's Searching for Wisdom Within the Madness. Matt Lageman, ladies and gentlemen. There he is. Hey, I mean, I know it's a little loud, but I don't think it's loud enough.
Oh, good.
So this is the madness right here that I speak of. This is madness under control, chaos. And so we're searching for that. And I'm going on a search with Matt. Matt, are you there? Did I lose you? Holy shit, I blew them out. I blew the speakers. Did I blow your speakers, dude? I can't hear you. I blew my... Here, let me stop this music. Maybe it's me. Stop. All right, can I hear you now?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh, geez, yeah, I buried you in that music. Here, I'm going to turn up your mic. So, hi, how are you?
Doing fine, man. How about you?
Good. How about now?
Yeah, you sound great. How do I sound? Besides not at all.
All right, there. I finally remembered this much into the show to turn your sound up proper. So, yeah, you're looking good, buddy.
Yeah, there'll be a quiz later, man. I hope you study.
I will. All right. Oh, man. So...
Yeah.
I remember when I first met you. So, like, I'm being 6'6", and I'm just 6'6", like that, or ADD. Maybe I was walking around with ADD, but I'm not paying attention to detail, especially back then. I'm just cruising through the universe, and I remember you came into that orbit. And here's the essence of what I remember you. 'Cause details, not great with me, but I remember emotions. And so when I see you, there's a certain thought I get, a feeling I get inside. Now, at first I felt, when I very first met you, I think, or saw you, or sensed your presence, or whatever it was, I felt two things at once. One was your energy was high. So there was a kind of a threat level there. Because you're very creative and your energy was high.
You thought I was a threat level?
I'm just using that as a terminology. Not that I was thinking that in my head like that. It was all subconscious. I'm trying to articulate a feeling. I'm just trying. Maybe that was a poor example, but
No.
I felt at very first when I met you, judging the book by the cover or the essence, I was in the thing there. Like, I don't know if I like this guy. I don't know if I'm gonna like this guy.
Yeah, I'm an acquired taste.
I don't know if I like this guy. But the second thing that I got from that was that you liked me. And so
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of people liking me. Which most people aren't. I mean, there's a lot of people, they just don't know. But I like people who like me. It usually, yeah. And so so it was that energy that I saw in you, and you were also in a different field. I was doing stand-up comedy. What were you doing back then? Was it stand-up?
I was doing the improv scene. I was doing the whole improv and sketch. Improv and sketch.
What year did you start that?
96, 97 for sure.
96, 97? Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I want to even say 95. You could even go to 95.
And so how old are you back then?
Oh, I just out of college.
So when you were in college, what were you going to be in life? What was your thoughts that you were going to be?
I was going to do I've always wanted to be an actor. Always have, always will be.
Since when? When was your first thought of becoming an actor? Like, how old is your first memory of like, that's what I want to do?
Yeah, I can answer this easily. Remember being 5 years old and seeing Bill Murray from starting. My mom laughing because Bill Murray was making her laugh. And I remember thinking, I want to make my mom laugh like that guy. So I loved Saturday Night Live.
Wow.
And I remember thinking, I got to move where the actors move. So I wonder where that is. And after watching the Osmond show, I realized, I guess we all moved to Salt Lake City.
Oh, so she really enjoyed the Osmonds too?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh God.
Oh, yeah.
That's a tough one. Well, at least, you know what's good that it was Saturday Night Live was at least the first one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it wasn't something wacky like I don't know, laughing. Like you feel, I don't know what you're gonna become if you're gonna try and get on laughing. Like that's the only thing mom laughs to is laughing. So I gotta somehow recreate laughing.
That was weird. My mom would say, I could watch Saturday Night Live with her, but she drew the line when it came to laughing or anything by Benny Hill. She was like, yeah, you're not watching this.
Oh, so she has a kind of comedy smarts.
Yeah, I guess.
Because there is a bawdiness to Benny Hill.
Yeah, there was.
You want me to give you a Benny Hill story going on kind of the theme of what we started with this whole show about?
Well, let's do it.
All right, here we go. So
you and 5 people are running out of the YMCA to Yakety Sax.
So, all right, it's 1979. It's late and it's like January, February, 79. And I am living in Aurora, Colorado with my mom and dad. So I am just I'm 14, about to turn 15. Right there. Actually, maybe 15 and a month old. Right. All right. So I'm in Denver. I'm in Aurora, Colorado with my parents, and we just moved from Scottsdale, Arizona, where we had been living. And I moved, in like.
That was a culture shock.
Yeah, and then in November, like for years and years, I moved to a new school in Aurora, Colorado. And what my dad did was he bought a house, but it was being built. And so we had to stay in a motel where you pull the car up and you're right there in the room and you just rent it out. So we had to stay there for like 3 months. So I lived for 3 months in this.
3 months in a motel?
Yeah, in a motel right. Actually, I think it was even in Denver. It was like right in Denver. And so I went So I started going. It was in 8th grade. I had to start going into the 8th grade in school. And just on a real side note, so I always go in late and I would always be bullied. This was a very crucial time, this 3 months. So in this 3 months, what the MO with bullies for me was I would go to a school and I'd be mid-year somewhere and everybody'd have all their friends in cliques. Then I would come in, I'm really tall, but I was shy and I wouldn't make eye contact, and a bully would come up and then challenge me and then beat me up. And then sub-bullies would beat me up for weeks after, and then any wannabe bully here and there would beat me up. But I would find my own way by the end and befriend all the nerds, and that was my MO. So, once again, 8th frickin' grade, moved just away from the place I'd been living in Scottsdale, where I knew people and already had my bully experiences, and I was gone past that. And so I go into school, and in the, like 5th period class, so then I go in, I walk into class, and now I'm sitting in the back. I go to the back. I somehow got a seat in the back of the classroom. I was lucky. And so I'm going there, and there's this other kid in class, and I could see that he's eyeballing me, and he's a bigger kid. And it just happens that this kid's name is Darren.
Oh, no.
Spelled exactly the same way, but he has black hair, and he's kind of he's kind of a husky, kind of just, husky dude.
Right.
Who doesn't quite play football or anything. He's not like that, but he's just
built like a Boston
he's just
Terrier.
Husky and mad. Because,
Right.
he gets D's all the time, and
Oh,
I hate it. And parents don't pay attention to me, and I don't know what to do. Anyways, so he goes, and then he, it's the same MO. I go there on Monday, everybody sees me, I come in, hey, the new kid, hi, I'm Darren Bodecker, I come from Scottsdale, and sit down and do my thing. Second day, I come in, I see this guy, he's kind of talking loud and everything before class starts, and then, then Wednesday comes along, and he says something to me, and it's kind of nice, and then he says something kind of mean, and I'm like, oh, yep, I knew you were gonna be a bully. So I go then back to my seat, and then on the Thursday, I go into class, and he's like in my way as I come in purposely. He's bigger than, I'm taller than him, but anyways, Darren. Nothing cool like, hey, you're named Darren too. None of that shit. It's just like opposite Darren. It's like Star Trek, when opposite Spock came on, so it might as well be me with a goatee. Anyway, so
Borrow Darren.
Exactly. And so then on Friday, of course, it's always on fucking Friday, dude.
Yeah.
It's gonna go down. And so I come into class, and he's sitting on the windowsill, and he's got his feet on my desktop, like the top of the desk. So he's resting his feet on. Sees me, and I come, and I'm walking over. I'm seeing him coming, and he knows where I sit. I've been sitting there all week. Nobody's been moving around. I'm early to class. Anyways, I come in, and he has his feet there, and I can you, and then move your feet, and I'm just being, not, whatever. And he's like, I don't know, says some bullshit. I put my books down, all 3 of them, as I'm going around, and then he purposely kicks them off.
Oh, what a dick! And
then one of the weirder moves that I've ever made, it was a fit of like, that kind of Snickers anger where I should have had a Snickers bar. I went red, and I hit him fairly hard, not as hard as I could in my whole world, but I gave him a real good shot right in his stomach. And when I hit his stomach, he tightened up, luckily for him. Or anyways, he tightened up, and it affected him 0. And he played it off good. And that, that of course, that scares you to your core. Because I thought I surprised him by punching him. Who would expect that? But it didn't affect him. And then he did one of those things like, all right, after school. And then he's like, all right, after school. And everybody in the class goes, whoa. And the teacher looks up, what do you got? Darren,
Yeah.
Stop Darren with Darren. Could Darren, one of you, Darren, whatever.
Yeah.
So then I'm sitting down, and then of course I have like 4 more classes, fucking butterflies and everything. I'm gonna meet Darren after school in the courtyard. Everybody's giving me directions. You're gonna be fighting him over here. You're gonna have to go up to the cafeteria. If anybody comes, what we're gonna do is we're gonna yell at you guys, and then you guys run. And then if nobody, we get watch outs and everything. So we're telling the whole school. So we got all grades coming, and we're gonna go get a messenger over to the high school and get those boys around and see what we can, And I think there's a local college over here. We're gonna see if we can get them too.
Is there a warm-up fight before your fight?
So, of course, people are telling me all this. Darren's whatever. I'm hearing things. Darren, Darren's saying you're a pussy in 8th grade. And you're like, what? Huh? What? Pussy? Oh, God damn it. You got to meet him. So I have to. Butterflies. I'm nervous. I'm scared. Fuck. But I have to do it because I'm, fucking going to be 15. So... I am 15, whatever. So I meet him, and there's of course, the circle of people then gathers round as Darren is there, and I'm Darren. And Darren looks at me, and when we were outside, it was a little different. So when we were in class, I saw him as a super strong, tough guy and everything. But when we were outside, there was something that kind of emotionally gave it away, like, I almost wish you didn't show up, Darren. I was hoping you'd run away. I don't know, I got that sense, or maybe I was just being like, I cannot run away. I have to face up to this. I cannot. I can't cry anymore. This is done. I'm over crying. So we circled each other, and then you know how it's supposed to go in bullies, where you push, and then something, or wrestling, or flailing, and just dumb shit like haymakers. That's fucking like John Wayne. Well, let me tell you, partner, I'm a haymaker. Whatever. So, anyways, it's all messy. Fights they're never pretty like Bruce Lee. It's always fucking messy. So we kept going around in the circle, and there was literally like both grade, 7th and 8th grade. Go, Darren. Like, what? I don't know what the fuck's going on.
You have no idea who they're cheering for.
I'm focused on Darren. I have my hands up like that, and like or whatever. I don't know. Push. You, and he's not starting it. So. But then everybody, what are you doing, Darren? Like, I thought you were going to get him. Come on, man. So, they're telling, they clearly know he's going to beat up the new Darren, because Darren needs to have Darren's name be the Darren. This taller Darren enough to go down. So, anyways, we finally push, and then we put our hands up, and we're about to punch, and then we both, and this, I swear to fucking God, this is true, we both punch at the same time and hit each other's fists, and I had the stronger punch, where I kept it straight, and his went back a little bit. And I knew from that contact, how it gave, that I had won the punch. I won the punch, and it gave me a confidence that was like even more. So I'm like, I'm doing that shit like I'm in Mission Impossible. Guns up, guns. And believe it or fucking not, Darren backs down, saying a couple some bullshit stuff like Trump tweets, and then walks away.
Talks about your
mom. Wasn't that great? You're not that great. But of course, I won that fight, and he did not bother me for the other 2 months that I was, going to there, and whatever. Did not bother me once. Did not bother me once. Was wild.
No more feet on the desk or anything like that.
Right.
Ever.
So getting back to the original reason why I'm telling this story, I'm just sorry that was a sidetrack of a story, which is a sidetrack. But here we go. Man, so we're in. So the routine at the motel was Dad would work, and then it'd be Mom and Dad in the queen bed over here. Me, my brother, and sister would be in the other queen bed on the other side, and we were in the hotel. And then, so it's walk in, you see a big queen bed off to. No, it's actually king. So 2 kings. King bed off to your right over there, and then the king bed over there. There's a dresser on your left-hand side with a TV, and there's a chair that's in between that you can watch TV, and then you have the bathroom over there and the shower and like a little kitchenette thing, and that's our place, right? And so what I got into the routine of was that everybody would fall asleep. I'm a teenager. I wanted to stay up, so I would stay up past. They would usually fall zonked out by like 9:30, 10 o'clock. I would stay up till like 11 o'clock. Well, at 11 o'clock, what I discovered when I was switching channels and seeing what was on at 11 was a show called Benny Hill. And the theme song was great, you know, it just catches you. And then this guy, he was fun. He had a great, funny face. The thing about Benny Hill, what makes him funny, especially to an adolescent kid, is that he has a genuine comics, vaudeville type of vibe going to him. Absolutely. He's a character. This guy, even though the comedy may not be that great and the rhymes may not be all that, but god dang it, if the voice ain't perfect and the faces are also comedically right on, you know this guy is this thing and he's acting the shit out of this because he's a good comedy actor.
Well, he would do that, and there was that. He had that. One of his cast was that old guy.
Oh yeah, and he'd always slap him on the head.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. That's totally it. That's totally it.
Yeah,
kid, you're like, oh, this is the holy grail.
So it was funny, dude. It was way funny, and believe it or not, after that, the even more wilder thing was. The thing that was the Holy Grail was Monty Python was on after that. This is a BBC, so it was Thames would come on, Benny Hill, and then Monty Python was like out of this world, dude. Dude was knocked a dude off the pier with a fish and what the fuck. Anyways, getting back to Benny Hill. So I'm watching Benny Hill and like for, you know, and my parents are sleeping over here. Bro, sis, and are sleeping in the bed over here. It's like 11. It's almost 11:30. And one thing that Benny Hill would do is, I guess, to get ratings, or because he was a lech himself, he just liked women. He would have young women called Hell's Angels. He would, you know, name them Hill's Angels. Sorry, they were Hill's Angels, and they would do dances, very suggestive dances, right?
Yes.
And so I just happened to be watching the TV in my usual, you know, after I'd taken a shower, and I'm just in my underwear because I'm gonna get into bed pretty soon. Well, anyways, I'm in the chair in between the two beds, you know, mom and dad and brother and sister are all sleeping. They're here. It's almost 11:30. Benny Hill's like, the sound's just, you know, it's a little bit, but it's down.
Just a little.
Hill's Angels comes on. And it's a Western themed one, and they're all wearing these, like, you know, the like dancing girl kind of things. Their butts are showing, and they're so buxomous, and the breasts, and they're looking into the camera suggestively. But there's a kind of humor to it, a little bit. Benny Hill will pop in and out. Hey, it's funny, right? You know, but then they use this kind of just suggestive thing, and there was this one blonde that was the lead, and she had a gap in her teeth, and she had long blonde hair.
She did.
And she just had the breast and then her butt, and she was showing it. She was singing in such a delightful way, and my mom and dad sleeping, and brothers and sisters sleeping there, and anything. So while that's going on, and this lady, she had lipstick, and she was so pretty, and wow, that all of a sudden I felt pain going on in my crotch, like something was painful happening because I was so hyper focused into this lady that was amazing, came from, oh my God, her boobies and her lips are so pretty, and her eyes and the gap between her teeth is like, what? I got a gap between my teeth. Oh shit.
Yeah, exactly.
So this pain happens, and I'm so entranced, I don't want to look away, but it hurts. It hurts, and it feels like my heart's like beating like weird. And then I look down, and I've got like my most boner of boners. And not only that, but it is throbbing with every heartbeat, like it's moving, like the scene from fucking Alien where he's just about to come out of the chest. It's moving up and down. Like, what the fuck is that? And I was so weirdly amazed because it was moving. It was like, and then it was moving on its own. Like, I hold my breath. Will it stop moving? No, it was. It's hard. So I remember lifting up my underwear to see what it looked like that was making it hurt. Like maybe there's something clamped onto it, or I don't know. It was just painful. It was fucking painful.
There's something clamped onto it.
I don't know what it was. So I lifted it up, and there it was. And then I remember it was just so fucking red and as big as I'd ever seen it. And like, whoa, what the fuck is wrong with it? And then I remember touching it with my finger, and then the last thing I saw was just something coming at me, and just all of a sudden my eyes are like burning, and it's like warm, and it's like weird, and it just spit at me, and it like all up my chest, like the biggest load. It was my very first time that has ever happened. I didn't know what it was, because I remember as the thing spit, I remember it was like lightning hit me and a lot of electricity, and everything got really awesome, like I was on a roller coaster, and then all of a sudden it stopped, and I remember looking to see if mom and dad and brothers just like, what, did you feel that? You know, like, but everybody was still sleeping again. It was like just me that happened to. And then what happened to and that's so weird. And then I remember I was freaking out, like, oh no. And I turn off TV, and I go into the shower, and I'm showering off, and I'm like, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? It was so amazing. And then I remember, man, I was hooked on Benny Hill for years. So that's no bad memories for me, buddy.
No schematics for me. Just give me some Benny.
Oh man, yeah, that was yeah. So that was my first experience. That's how I knew. It was one of those lightning things. Like, well, I clearly heterosexual because I like blonde British women with gaps between their teeth.
Gaps between the teeth. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
It's a hard thing to find. Really, I've yet to find such a thing, but.
So you'd masturbate then, and then if you missed your window, you could always catch "Are you being served?" later on.
Oh man, that lady with the pink hair, yeah, she's doing it for me. She's gone blue today. This means we're
Blue, yellow.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, anyways, that was a very formative 3 months. First time I actually won a fight against Darren, who I hit in the. Can you believe that shit? I hit a guy named Darren in the hand, and I won. And I was able to. I never really got bullied too much after that.
See, because then word passed down and up. This is a guy you don't F with. This is a guy.
I think also.
No, I've seen him fight, and then they bloviated.
Oh,
yeah,
right,
no,
yeah.
Kicked the guy in the teeth. No, I saw.
It was on Facebook, right? Back then, whatever Facebook was, it was all recorded. Everybody in town knew that it happened. Darren went home, and his dad beat the hell out of him for being on whatever. If that was nowadays, you'd be like, yeah, I saw you on Facebook, son. You lost it. Darren hit you in the wrist, and you walked away.
Whatever happened to the Darren guy? Oh, he's in prison now. Yeah, he killed a couple people.
Oh, shit. A couple people named Darren, tall guys. Whoa, they caught him? Good. He's looking for you. He had your address. You were next. You were on the list. I like the Terminator.
There could be only one.
Every tall guy over 6'6" is getting killed. I don't know why. What's crazy? Darren, we gotta watch it. Dude, I'm from the future. Come with me if you want to live. Here, quick, let's go in this wig shop, and I got $500. Let's get you something. Let me scrub your Facebook photos and put hair on everything. You'll never know it was you.
Oh my gosh! Did you make any friends? Did you keep any friends when you? I know you bounced around. Did you still keep in touch with any of those people, or just?
So my oldest friend. Let's say my oldest friend that I have, that I keep in touch with today, is a guy named, his name's Doug down in Florida, but we don't talk very much. And he's like a kid that I met by the time I was in 10th grade. So he's somebody I'm still in touch with, but we're not, I guess, technically great friends.
No,
but we were friends, but I know him.
On Facebook and all that type of stuff, right? Like
yeah. So all those places that I moved and everything, I don't know those people. I don't even know where to look to see pictures or whatever.
You don't ever go like stalking. You don't ever go, I wonder whatever happened to that one. Dude, you've got a Facebook find the one Darren. Do you remember his last name? I don't even
know. No, dude. That thing was a blur.
Dude. Somewhere, you taught him a lesson. Like if you That's who you should be interviewing next. The Darren that you,
It
the
was
other
subtle.
Darren.
Yeah. There's no
Bizarro
way. Bizarro Darren. Do you remember? Boy, it would be pretty wild if he did totally remember clearly as well as I remember that moment. Like if he remembers it in a different way.
That would be amazing. You don't even remember his life. You have to have something.
No, dude. It's like
picture book or a class.
I don't know the place, the motel, or what the school's name was. I'm like,
Motel didn't keep records like that.
Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, the kid, blue load in pants. We got it on video here from 19. Yeah, we video every room. This kid clearly blew a load to Benny Hill. You think he's gay?
You blew a load with Benny Hill. I know you.
We didn't have the video on the camera, so we just heard the sound of Benny Hill, the theme, and then this guy blowing a load. So clearly he loves comedy. He loves British comedy.
Like Pavlov's dog. Do you get a Woody every time you hear yakety sax?
Oh man. Yeah, that's totally my ringtone, dude. But I don't think of it like I now. It's just a fond memory. I've gotten well over masturbating to thoughts of Benny Hill. You know, it was only that first year, dude. Of course, I got more sophisticated after that.
You got more sophisticated now. It involves anime.
Oh, dude, I don't even want to get into the anime story. Because that's when the computers first came out, and that was the one thing, you get naked pictures of anime, and you're like, well, let's see what comes up.
Dude, do you remember when computers, like the internet first came out?
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm hanging with this guy I just met. His name is Bart. And Bart says, you know what, dude, you got to look at news groups. Because back then, any porn, that kind of thing that you wanted to see, you would go to news groups.
Oh.
News groups, alt.fetish or whatever.
I didn't know that.
Oh, dude, it was like that was, and then there was some stuff that was just awful.
Oh.
And
yes.
I remember seeing, like awful, like stuff where Bart says, I'm not going to click on that link.
Like illegal shit. Like pedophilia, like dog effing, like sheeps and
dude, like
rapey stuff.
Type stuff.
Oh,
like
shit.
Said, yeah, like really bad. Like Bart
oh my
God,
dude.
Yeah, he's like, don't look at that. Don't click on the link if you do. Like he said, I remembered that. I'll never forget it. He said, if you see something like this, you can't unsee it, and even leaves won't look the same again.
Right. No shit. Do you know, like, technically, if you see child pornography, you have to. It's the one law that you don't have any choice. You have to report that shit. No excuses. No excuses. You have to report that. You can see a murder and all that. You don't have to say shit. But if you see that shit where it's clearly a kid, you have to report that shit. Like, just start calling the FBI and go, I'm not looking anymore at it. I'm just telling you what I clicked on. And please don't bash in my door while I'm sleeping, please.
Yeah.
It was an accidental thing.
Got the job.
I was looking for something at Home Depot, and I put in the wrong name of the product. I was looking on IKEA, and I put in this weird Swedish name, and then all of a sudden, dude, nothing but German Shepherds and 2-year-olds. It's just, what
German
the fuck
Shepherds
is with those Danish people?
.com.
Yeah, they sure do love pissing and shitting on each other, I'll tell you that.
They really...
Everybody, just nothing but shitting and pissing, every single one. It's like watching an Indian film from India, and they got to sing and dance. Well, if you're watching a porno from Denmark or Germany, they're peeing or pooping on somebody no matter what's going on.
Dude, let's... I went to Catholic high school.
Yes.
Sophomore year, we're being taught our version of sex education.
Oh.
Teacher says if somebody pees on you during sex, that's called a golden shower.
Whoa, that's advanced.
Yeah. And I remember going, oh, wow, well, that's crazy. And so Dad's like, we're having the family dinner, and he's like, "Would you learn at school?" And I'm like, "Well,
Here, I'm going to say the one thing, and you'll never ask me again, Dad. Here we go. We're talking about golden shatters." Yeah, that's right. I know you peed on Mom. We talked about it in school. My teacher knows.
Oh, the golden shower. Right?
Yes.
Where did you hear that? Health class.
Health? I got a healthy mind. No way.
Yeah, and that teacher was gone.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that teacher was gone.
What a...
Now, my dad, like they did the eyeball thing that your parents do. Like, did you just hear that? Like, I heard it. Like, when they go to bed, we're going to talk about that, right? Because we have to. Because how does he know about a golden shower? That's like a dirty Sanchez. Like that was the dirty Sanchez of our day.
All right. Can I do a little game here with you?
Yeah.
So that happens nowadays. So let's go back in time and say that's the now, and you're the mind of your dad, whatever. What is the proper thing to do? How do you broach it, like, as a human being, and your kid goes, "Oh, golden showers." Is there anything that you, as a parent, should then fill in any gaps, or just, like, what do you do? What?
Well, how would my dad have done it, or how would I?
I'm saying, what is the perfect way if you were to construct the scene? What would that other person do?
Yeah, this is what I'd say. You don't have to worry about that because there's an on and off switch. When you're in the middle of sex, the last thing you're thinking about is taking a pee.
Yeah, right. That's so. And now getting on that kind of tells me the intelligence of the person who's talking about. Because one, you would just talk about golden showers to go, "Oh, here's some side bonus material for this lesson. Here's the fun stuff. You like peeing? Well, it's got a name because a lot of people do it." And did I tell you I'm a Bodecker? I'm from Germany. All right. Well, anyways, let's talk about it. And then,
nice.
Yeah. Have you ever, the German word for shit? Well, I'll show you a shite video later. No, but it is. So yeah, either or they're on second. They're totally naive, and they just heard it like through word of mouth. The preacher said, "I had a confession come up to me. They told that was a golden shower. A golden shower? Wait till I tell that to health class." Thanks, preacher. And so then if they're completely oblivious to it, I mean, like, that's weird.
Like it was that moment in the class where the kid in the back of the row went, you know what I mean? Like, suddenly this class became interesting.
Hey, it looks like I got an audience here. Yeah, all right. I'm going to have to do my own homework, get some more dirty words. Has anybody in class ever heard of a dirty Sanchez? Yeah.
The donkey punch, the chili dog, like.
Yeah, we're gonna give each other donkey punches for extra credit.
And then it gets to a point where, what the fuck is a Whitman sampler?
Yeah.
That's just chocolates. That's just chocolates.
It's just chocolates. That would be the test. Is this a dirty sex thing or just normal?
Yeah,
a Whitman sampler. Oh, it's like true or false, yes or no, yes or no. I don't know. It's Whitman. There's a man. Samples. What? Yeah, okay, sex. It's gotta be sex.
He goes in and no, just chocolate.
Just chocolate. You failed, Johnny, your sex test. Dad, I failed on. I thought, why don't you tell me anything, Dad? I failed this test because of you. We don't talk about golden showers or nothing. You're not teaching me right. There's more than the birds and the bees. There's birds and the peas.
I remember nothing about that class, but I remember golden shower. Like, I'll be that old guy in an old folks home, like in a wheelchair, just going, golden shower.
Right.
Golden sponge bath.
Right. It was so powerful. He could have right after it, and he could have said, and let me tell you, there's also really no God. There's no such thing. It's all made up. But you would not remember that part. You're like, well, wait, golden showers.
Man, this school is great.
Great.
Because in public school, they're not talking about. They did some messed up stuff at that school. I remember, like the stuff they did now, you would go to jail for. You would hands down go to jail for.
Well, we're little filthy animals, Everybody ain't got the answers. Shit's fucking wrong.
There was one guy in that school, and he was such a screw up. And he kept forgetting his book to go to for this certain class, right? So the teacher says, "You forget your book again, and I'm going to devote the whole class to humiliating you."
Whoa. That's extreme bully level, dude. That's teacher bully level. Oh, I never had that happen to me. I'm so thankful. Oh. That would be scary for me. Dude. That would be my worst nightmare.
But the kid was a screw up, so everybody prayed, and of course the day came, and he made him crawl on his hands and knees around the perimeter of the classroom, and everybody got to hit him as hard as you could on the butt 3 times.
This is public school?
Yeah. Oh no, this was Catholic school. This was the private school.
Oh, it's private school. Oh yeah, well that's in the book, Dad. Eh? That's one of the rules. Kid does a little wacky thing. Everybody gets to slap him on the ass, all aggressive like.
Then he, at the end of it, he took red chalk and colored his nose and made him sing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer with his hands as antlers in the corner. And you think at this point somebody would stand up from, nobody stood up for this guy. How
bad did he fuck up? Did he kill the teacher's parents?
He just forgot his book. I don't even think his parents cared. His parents were those people that I'm okay if you hit my son. I think that's who his parents were. We make enough money that this is okay with us.
And just coming from where I'm at, with ADHD, so back then, especially, ADHD and all that stuff was out there, and also certain nurture part. There were parents who basically were absent, so it was up to their kids to, remember those things. And a thing like, ADHD or whatever, he would totally misplace his book. He comes, and then he gets that handed to him. Now, let me say this. For me, if that had happened to me, I'm giving my best guess here, I would never fucking forget my book again. I would never forget my book again. I would have copies and places everywhere. Oh, my book? Oh, yeah, it's over here underneath the cabinet. Whatever. I'd stock up. I'd have 1 at home, 3 in special places at school. Yeah.
The teacher made him buy a new book for $10.
Wow. That really puts the icing on the cake.
And he got the book, opened it up, and you know how we had to sign our name in the book?
Yes.
His name was in the book. He bought his own book back for $10. He left his book in the classroom, and the teacher's like, all right, I'm going to devote my whole class.
So that's some bullshit drill sergeant shit.
Yeah.
That's some bullshit drill sergeant bit. You know what drill sergeants would do? That when going through basic training, that you get your M16, then you'd go out into the field and you'd get in a cot, which was far too fucking small for my 6'6" ass. Anyways, and you would have to, sleep tightly with your M16. And what the drill sergeants would do, they'd sneak around at night like little ninjas and everything, and they would try and steal just one dude's gun, especially if it's a kid that they didn't like, that they'd pick out. So they were ready for, their bullies. So anyway, they would fucking, or fuck up, or like a kid with the book, and they would take it purposefully, and then the next day pay all hell, and make everybody else pay hell because of what they did. So in other words, now people hate you for real, and they want to give you a fucking,
exactly.
They want to take bars of soap and put them in a towel tomorrow night and start hitting you over with your back and head with it. A fucking blanket party. But that's what some drill sergeant shit. And so in school, that's next level fucked up, because then on one end, it's like the world isn't nice. Like, so I left my book and you found it. Shouldn't it be like, hey, you left your book, don't do it again? Or, I found it for you. Pay attention to my class, you owe me. Whatever it is. But I'm saying use the book as a way to contact with the kid and go, look, I could have done this thing where I have you on all fours and everybody smacks your ass a whole bunch.
Like, when you go home and be like, hey, Mom, Dad, let me just tell you what your money has gone to. and flat out illegal. Flat out, hands down illegal. Hands down wrong.
A psychological fuck up, but once again, I think the dude probably would not forget his book, or if he did forget his book again, he would probably commit suicide before coming to class.
Oh yeah.
So in other words, oh look, Timmy hung himself. Well, I didn't know he was suicidal. Man. I didn't know either. Ever since that day he left his book, I don't know. He's been weird. You know
what may have led up to this? I think I may have that answer. Ask about the red chalk.
Shit. The red chalk. What about the red chalk?
Oh, like I told you, he colored his nose.
Yeah.
He had, and then like, really? There was more to this story.
Well, it's sadistic. It has a sadism to it. It's a psychologically a mind fuck. It gives you PTSD. It makes you hate other authority figures or be really fucking wary of anybody you're going to befriend. It makes you also more likely to probably join a crowd to bully somebody else in the future, to join a gang and gang up on somebody because you want to be on their side, all the people's side who was making fun of you. You never want to humiliate that again, so it might force you into some
that allowed that to happen.
Fucking gang that goes out and robs a bank one day with masks on. What?
The apocalypse.
Right. Or it drives you to suicide where every time you're so afraid or you're afraid of life and you're afraid of getting beat, you're turned into like a little shell of a human being. It could really fuck your whole existence up. One moment. One fucking moment.
Yeah. Yeah. It's... that's another one of those guys where you're like, I wonder what happened to him. Can't find him.
His whole trajectory has changed. If you go back in a time machine, you could just stop. Maybe that make teach sick that one day. This teacher was sick or whatever it had to be. And then
Sam Beckett.
It never happened. Is the life improved? Like the butterfly effect. And I bet in some way, maybe. But the way the odds guard, there's never 100%. That dude, that might have been just the fucking thing he needed in some weird fucking universe. And then he somehow parlays that into something amazing. Who knows? But more than likely, if I was a betting person, oh yeah, he's fucked up, dude. He is fucked up. He's robbing the liquor store right below you, dude. He is robbing that place. That's who he turned out to be. That's one of those guys.
Totally, dude. It's sad. It's sad. You never know. I even go on to like mugshots.com to see whatever happened to this guy.
No.
I found one friend on mugshots.com.
Really? Is it that good-looking guy with the blue eyes, but he's an African-American dude and he's really amazing face?
No way. That's amazing.
Is it that guy? Did you give him a fan letter? You are pretty, dude. You should come to Hollywood where I'm at. I will hook you up in my place. I got a couple of agents out here. Totally hook you up, dude. I love your pick. What was your crime again? Oh, murder and rape. Good. Yeah, come over here to my place. And you can share the other room.
Murder and rape. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, but you're great looking. Yeah, your looks totally bypass any bad you've ever done in life. Sorry. That's terrible. Terrible road to go down. All right, so where are we at? All right, so we're going to wrap it up within like 20, 25 minutes because I definitely... All right, so let's just talk about the now, if that's okay with you. You're working on something. You work on something. Let me speak into your ear. I'm thinking about... I want to go back to... So you want to be an actor at age 5. which is great. I really, by the way, beautiful. I love 5 to know what you want.
I mean, you just kind of know.
Dude, I didn't know I wanted to be a comedian until I was 23. I didn't even know it was such a thing to think of.
What?
I didn't know it was such a thing to think of. I mean, I saw Steve Martin and Richard Pryor and stuff beforehand, but I didn't think it was a thing that I could even attempt to do. My self-esteem was, like I said, I was a bullied kid. So to get up on stage in front of everybody and say funny things and then react without wanting to fight you afterwards, that's weird thought. So it wasn't until I was mature enough at 23, I guess, after the Army I went through and all that shit, that I decided to, yeah. It was actually during the military. What was I going to do with my life? And I decided I was going to go to college with the military stuff and take acting and then get rid of my stage fright, do a play, and then start doing stand-up comedy. And that's exactly what I did. I got out of the Army, went to college, 2 years acting, did a play, and then did an open mic night at Governor's Comedy Club back in May of 1989.
So who's the touchstone comedian that started your...
It was the thoughts of Steve Martin. I was more of a sketchy, changing my voice, creating a scene kind of comic. So that was what I was drawn to, like making little verbal scenes or using voices and stuff like that.
Yeah. No, I did you ever read his book, Born Standing Up?
Yes, great book. Awesome book. Yeah, good for any creative person in any field. I should probably read it again but I don't want to get just because of time. So 5, and then in college so by the time you get to college, how many plays have you been in? 10, 20, 30 plays.
No, 7.
7 plays.
5, 7.
Where do you get your self-confidence from? Where did you have that confidence enough to go on stage and say words without pissing yourself and running away? Where does that? Is it a natural born confidence? Is your mom and dad confident around you? Have you raised with a mentor who was super confident, or is it just in you?
No, dude, I was a wallflower, and I never got it, and I told my parents I wanted to do this, and because I love doing it. My mom and dad says you have something special, but that's what they're supposed to say. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you don't know really. And then I won some sort of remedial drama club award.
Ooh, confidence booster.
Yeah. So you're like, okay, well, this is kind of proof. And you're gonna die. This is a great story. You're gonna die. Because keep in mind, again, I went to Catholic school, so I said I need a serious monologue to go audition for these colleges that I want to get into. Mm-hmm. And they said, okay, yeah, sure. And this lady who was what was acceptable as the teacher was like, this is really what you should be looking at. Here are a bunch of good monologues.
Yeah.
So I did this serious monologue, and I knew I was killing, because every single time I would do this monologue, people would be watching it like this.
No way.
Yeah, they were just, I assumed they were blown away.
Wait, you're telling this to Catholic people?
I assumed they were blown away.
These are Catholic people. Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Now, what was this?
So I do this serious monologue that they gave me.
Yes.
And finally, the one place I went to was Wright State. And I do my serious monologue. And again, all the faces are look at me like, and they said, we need you to sit down. And I said, okay, yeah, sure. He goes, before we even go any further, Mr. Lageman, could you tell us why you did, as your serious monologue, a monologue from A Raisin in the Sun? and I did it like a Southerner.
So wait. Who was the role that is perfectly PC that should always ever do it and no one else? for that role?
That's a black person role, like locked and loaded.
So your monologue was from a black dude who was like maybe in his 30s or something?
Yeah, talking about being oppressed.
Powerful, kind of make the audience like proud, but also kind of almost crying because why don't we have this? Why does this need to be said?
Right, but I was doing it like this. Like I was talking
No,
like that.
wait a minute. You were so clueless coming out of Catholic school that you go to college where, get ready to get woke. You were the first guy that woke up the nation with your fucking monologue. and you had no clue?
No clue. None. Until that lady had said that. That was my... Like all the other comments were, well, that was interesting. Like, and she goes,
so they wouldn't
why?
Say it. Oh, jeez.
She said, why in God's name would you do a black monologue?
Yeah,
and,
right.
And this is where I knew I wanted to do improv. Out of nowhere, I said, you know what? You're going to see a lot of white actors doing a lot of white monologues. I want to show you range. I want to show you something you've never seen. And I'm going to show you that I'm not afraid to take a challenge.
You said that? You fucking said that.
Yeah. You know what she responded? God love you. There are not enough people like you.
Really?
And I got accepted into right school.
That is, wow, that was the perfect move, dude.
Yeah.
You just did the wrong thing.
Exactly.
You did the wrong thing. You did the wrong thing and did the right thing. That was the key to her. That's all you needed. You didn't have to do it to the whole nation. You didn't have to send that over Twitter and see what everybody responded. You did that to one person who was the gatekeeper to a thing, and all of a sudden the door just opened. The thing, she had the door bolted and locked shut. She had security called. They were waiting with guns around the corner, and then she waved them off, took off the locks, and undid all the boards and opened it. Said, "Come on in here, you brave man, you brave motherfucker. We need more like you."
God love you.
God love you. Oh man, that's great, dude. What a good move.
Yeah, that was like
ballsy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have said that. I said, what? What was that? A black, wait, what? No. And I ran. I would have run.
You can't say to college, oh, I had no idea. Because I felt really stupid.
Yeah. No, right. Yeah. If you said you have no idea, then it goes, go to class more. Go to more play class. Learn the history of plays.
You know what community college is? You will. Like, that's how that would have gone.
Yeah. Jeez, dude. Wow, what a great thing. All right, so after college, what is Chicago? Why do you go there?
I auditioned. I saw an audition listing for Second City, and I wanted to see what the audition was like.
It comes around. You made your mom sees Second City, laughs. Mm-hmm. You say, I got to do that to make my mom. I want to make my mom feel like that. I want to be the person who gives her joy. And so through that, it's soaked into you. And then Second City, it's like, oh, my Second City, Saturday, that's from who? That's where they're from. Yeah. Boom, you're going to go to the source of your mom's laugh. You're going to go, I'm going to learn how to make my mom laugh. I'm going to this place that was the origin source, and I'm going to be Bill Murray one day. I will be on TV, and Mom will laugh at me. So you go there, and you pass the audition?
Sorry, I'm just getting a note from my wife.
No worries. We're almost done.
What was that? What?
So what I've said for the last 30 minutes is... you passed the audition for Second City, is true?
I passed it, yeah. And I only had 16 credit hours left of college. And I had you think to yourself, you know where I'm going, I'm really not going to need, we would have hired you for our movie, but you didn't have a degree. Like that I don't need biology 107 where I'm headed. So
you quit college and you go to Second City. Dude.
Went to Second City.
Dude, that's the dream's move, dude. You got to live that dream. So that's part of the dream. The dreams ain't perfect. Life ain't perfect. And sometimes you got to go full in. You know now where the target is. So you got to go balls deep.
Yeah, totally. Like, and that was where I met Chris Olsen, who we both know.
He's
like,
a filmer.
He was in my class.
What was he in your class, Olsen?
Huh?
What was he in your class? What was his class? It was all you guys doing comedy, writing scenes together?
Yeah, we were doing comedy, writing scenes, going through the conservatory, the Second City Conservatory classes, paying to get that red T-shirt. So we were like, and I was in that class with Deborah Downing, who was taking it at the time. And
no shit. Deborah Downing. I went. All right, so we'll do a little name dropping. My second level teacher at Second City was Tina Fey.
That was when she had that.
Oh yeah.
Dykey haircut.
I don't know. What I know from her. Whoa. Shit. Sorry, is that you?
No, is that my wife? Is she calling you now?
What the fuck? I just went deaf. I think I have some alarm. Yikes. All right, hopefully that never happens again. Sorry about that. But I remember the feeling of her was that she is so smart. Like one of my side things, I'm really attracted to smart people.
Yeah.
But she was so smart and so brilliant that the attraction wasn't even in the cards for me because she was like a god level. So in other words, untouchable. She was beyond what I was funny. I'm raw funny. She was like written, thought, smart, funny, all kinds. She was on a whole other level. So I really respected her. Everything that I put my spin on the class, but everything she did, it was a good note. I can't remember the specifics of anything, but she was right there. She was watching. She was attentive, and she was a good teacher, from what I remember.
She really was. She was a great teacher because her husband, I think, still is Jeff Richmond. But like they were seeing each other at the time,
right?
And he played for us. We had to like do a musical number, so we did. At that point, Pocahontas had come out, the Disney Pocahontas movie.
Oh, right, yeah.
I thought that was really a dumb movie for Disney to pull. So we did a musical based on the life story of Helen Keller.
Ooh.
Yeah. And there's this song that I wrote with Jeff Richmond called She Said Wah. And I wrote these lyrics with them where
Wah.
Her parents come out and they say, if it wasn't for that water, we would never hear our daughter.
Wow, that's pretty good. Very un-PC today, I think. I think you might get pulled aside. Matt, come here. We need to talk to you.
They had to change. Like some of the sign language signs used to be horribly racist.
Oh, shit. I didn't even think of that. Oh, my God, dude. So that's kind of weird thought. So like for a person who has sign language, so if you get a real racist sign language dude, it's going to be hard for them not to make certain things. Just like, people saying the N-word who are like, Mississippi, but he's sign language and he's just, what do you mean I can't do the thing where I'm putting my, what? I can't do this anymore?
Like to say if that person was Chinese, was you made a C for Chinese, then you slanted one of your eyes.
Wow.
That was and that's the most polite out of all of them.
Gee whiz.
It get worse.
I mean, on one super level, I mean, I think even people who don't know sign language might actually get that sign. It seems to be a universal one that I think I know where he's going with that. I don't know what he said, but I think a China person was involved.
Just crazy. Some of the stuff, like
I remember, think of that.
Bad. However, this is Turtle because Ninja Turtles and all the turtles didn't take offense to this. This was fine.
Really?
But like to say if a person was black, you do a B in the shape of Africa, black. but before you took your finger and you pressed your nose down to flatten your nose.
Oh my God, dude. Yeah, I guess it just goes because it's racist because those in power are the white people. Once again, they're making the sign language, so they're constructing it. So now you got racist because that's the smartest people were, like genius level. They're racist in some way. The fucking Gandhi was racist. Einstein, if you go further back, forget about it, dude. Oh my God. But you know what I'm saying? Like even like Stephen Hawking was probably racist in some way because he was born in like the 40s, and that shit just was somewhere in his crazy universe mind. But I mean, like it gets embedded in people from their earliest age if they're living around it.
Right. It's one of those things where you we even though we've come really, really far.
Yes.
It's funny how back then we still had far to go, but you're like, wow, we've come really far.
Yes.
Yes. We need to go so much further than here.
Right. Here's what I'm going to wrap this up right now. Tell your wife we're wrapping up 2 minutes, right? 2? I'll just
2.
1 minute or 2. So, just to cut through it quick, you are leaving L.A., your dream home place that you've been at for 20 years. This is the part of the dream, the thing. And you're leaving it to go to where?
Indianapolis, Indiana.
All right. So, can we pick this up in Indianapolis, Indiana, and I can talk to you about the things that we wanted to talk about so we could do a part 2?
Please.
I had too much fun doing these side stories and we didn't get to like real meat, but I enjoyed this moment, this time for 90 minutes in 2020 was some of the best 2020 I've ever had. That 90 minutes we've been talking, the best.
Yeah.
And it's recorded.
And by the way, I have your phone number now, so I can actually text and call you.
If you need any help in the way of, I don't know how that is or how it will manifest, but let's just commit to this. You get yourself settled down. You carve out another 90 minutes. I'll stay tight on it. I already got what we're going to talk about, and let's figure out life. We'll find some wisdom in the madness. Today we just talked about the madness. I don't know how much wisdom there was in there. It was
No. Just madness.
A lot of madness. Yeah, a lot of madness. But there might have been some wisdom. See if you can find it. Like looking for gold in that one. Matt Lageman, I don't know. There's a gold nugget somewhere in there. All right, Matt. Tell your you know what?
What?
You're a good person. And that's why that's the one conclusion I got from you. Was as scared as but deep down you are a good person, like even better than me, and that's amazing. Like I'm just saying, you have a depth to you of goodness that I've seen shining through like a nuclear reactor, and it's a beautiful thing. And you're carrying that. So Indianapolis is going to be fucking lucky to have you and your daughter and your wife so creative and happy and fun and shining. So maybe you're on a mission here, dude. You said you did Catholic stuff. This is all Catholic. This is like going into it, and maybe you're going to make a bright, shining star out there.
You're beautiful, man. I'm just a mirror reflecting your awesomeness.
I'm just saying, this is a possibility, and always kind of think like that, no matter what kind of hell you're going through. Do you get what I'm saying? Because it seems like hell, but it might. If you're truly in that religion thing, isn't it what you go? Isn't it these times that right after this shit gets fucking nice, dude?
Yeah, this is where the character goes left, and then the big adventure begins. This is where Luke Skywalker steps up to the plate and learns to be a Jedi.
Well, you're going to be closer to me, and we're going to have some fun in the years to come. And I will come and see you, and you will come and see me, and we will do more of this. I would like to do more of this because you are. I talked mostly today. Next time you can talk mostly. Huh?
We'll talk. We'll go to Chuck E. Cheese.
Thanks, Matt. I really appreciate you, dude. I know you just a little bit more now, and hopefully next time I'll know you that much. I love you, dude. So I'll just go out on the music. Hey. All right, that was Matt Lageman. Thanks, dude. I love you, buddy.
Love you, brother.
Yes, and I want the best. All right.
Later.
Yay! We didn't even talk about Trump or nothing. It's awesome!
know.
Yay! And I just ruined it! All right. Anyways, that was Matt. Still recording. Got that recording. Music. Searching for wisdom within the madness. I think there actually was some wisdom there. I learned something. I'm gonna have to watch it again and edit it and then figure out what that was, but something. Yeah. I like that guy. I like talking to him. I hope you like listening. So, search for wisdom within the madness. I'm Darren Bodecker. Let's see if I can get down to business and get one of these things posted onto YouTube. I'm going to turn off the comments, and my plan is to, if you want, email me. And then I would do a live show, and I'll answer emails, and then do some creative shit. That's the idea. But whatever. That was Matt Lageman. I do like talking to him. And yep. Take little pieces of 2020 and just make them as good as you can. Now, back to the madness. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye.